Charlie's Garden, it's Charlie's Garden. Welcome to Charlie's Garden, it's Charlie's Garden, Charlie's Garden. Welcome to Charlie's Garden. Yeah!
Welcome to Gardening with Charlie. This is Charlie, and yes, this is Charlie's Legos. This is a side thing that I do sometimes. It helps me not to buy more seeds. It's like a distraction from my gardening. So it's like a side hobby. Of course, gotta have plants in there. Anyhow, I just wanted to show my Lego build I just got finished doing. The large build takes up a good amount of time and stops me again from buying more seeds. Buying seeds is fun to me. Even if I don't grow all of the seeds that I buy during that season, I still have them. And it's not necessarily a good thing all the time, because sometimes I might add more things to my list of things to grow because I just bought it. It looks nice. I want to add it to my list. Welcome to Gardening with Charlie. I am Charlie, and I wanted to show you my progress with my seedlings today. And I also wanted to discuss some things that have been coming up in my thought process for my gardening. I've been gardening for about 5 years now. I started gardening after my mother passed away because it was something to do, to keep me busy, to keep my mind off of things that were going on at the time. And it was something that she kind of dabbled in, but not, all out dabbling. So it was something that I picked up as a hobby. And now it's just something I really, really love to do. So I had thought about it as I was gardening, as I was setting up my new garden beds and deciding how many plants I was going to grow, that's not something that seems to be discussed a lot when people are saying, when other TikTokers are saying, hey, this is what I'm growing this year. Hey, this is what I'm growing this year. So I had to grab my glasses because I actually took notes on this segment of what I wanted to talk about. And it comes up to, how many plants do I need to get what I want? And that comes down to is, what is your intent? My intent originally was just basically, hey, let me grow some things. And I started out with a few tomato plants and did pretty good with those couple of tomato plants at my first year trying it and being introduced to things that I didn't know existed, like those micro tomatoes. I actually grew tomatoes that were smaller than a dime. I thought that I had totally screwed up this tomato plant. Turns out that's actually a thing. I didn't know, because it's not something that, you deal with on a regular. And I didn't pay attention to the tag that came with the tomato plant. It actually took me a year or two to realize that, oh my God, I actually grew what was supposed to grow. My first tomato hornworm, when it's like, oh my God, what is it? Spray it. Why doesn't it die? Because tomato hornworms don't care about neem oil or anything like that. It's many of you probably already know. But it was fun learning as I went along. So the more I started, doing research and listening to YouTubers and trying to figure out how to go about this actual building my own garden, I started out, my major question was, why are they growing so many tomato plants? Why do you need 30, 40, 50 tomato plants? Why do you need 40, 50 pepper plants? So why do you need so many of these plants? And I was like, I don't need that many plants. I'll grow one or two. And then it's like, okay, I have my one or two plants and I'm got a small harvest, and then I'm waiting until more grow or more ripen. Then it's like, okay, I have a few peppers. Use those, and I don't have any more. And I'm waiting for more to come up. So for daily use, that's one of the things you need to consider. Do you want your harvest to come for your daily use, or is it something that you want to store? So if you wanted to store your tomatoes, like I like making tomato sauce. I haven't made tomato paste yet, but I want to get there. Um, I make my own chili and things like that, so I need more tomatoes to be able to make those. And I also save some. Well, not necessarily. I save some, of course, in the freezer as diced tomatoes or to make stewed tomatoes. And then I share them with family members, with church members. And then like I said, I run out and I'm waiting for more to grow. So you grow enough for the need that you're trying to satisfy. So I looked it up, and I looked this up before, like last year or whatnot, and you still have to adjust for myself, for my family. But I came up with a list that I found online. I didn't make this up. Tomatoes. You would need like 4 to 5 per person, and this is for fresh eating and some storage. So 4 to 5 tomato plants per person. So for a family of 4, you're looking at like 10 to 20 plants. For your peppers, it says 2 to 4 pepper plants per person. 8 to 15 plants for a family of 4. 10 to 15 bush bean plants per person. It's 15 to 20 onions per person. 25 to 30 carrots per person. And keep in mind, if you don't eat carrots like that, don't grow carrots like that. If you don't eat peppers like that, don't grow peppers like that. Start out with a reasonable amount for you. And then as you decide, as you go along, what you want to do with it, if you notice that if I want to sharing, I don't have enough peppers. If I grow 2 or 3 pepper plants, even though it's only me, I might want to share with, a friend across the street. 2 to 4 pepper plants may not be enough. And if you enjoy what you're doing, then grow a few more. Carrots, 1 to 2 per person. Potatoes, 10 to 15, and these are plants, not individual. 10 to 15 potato plants per person. Summer squash, 1 to 2 per person. And lettuce, 5 to 10 per person. Now, also keep it in mind, you don't have to grow this many plants at one time. So if you're growing bush beans, you might grow 15 plants at one time. That's not really unreasonable, considering that you can grow 9 bush beans per square foot. I believe it's 9 per square foot. Even if it's 4 per square foot, you're talking 3 square feet to get 12 plants. And if you're growing in like a green stalk, as I do, and as I plan on growing in my bush beans in my green stalk for the first time this year, if you plan on doing that, then you're talking 2 tiers of your green stalk as bush beans. So that's not really a lot. Actually, it's not even 2 tiers because it's 6 slots on a tier. You can grow 2 bush beans per slot. So that's 1 tier to grow 12 plants. So it sounds like a lot, but it's not really a lot. But if you wanted to get up to growing like 40, 50 plants, you don't have to grow them all at one time. Or if you decide that you're going to grow your bush beans, and you've gotten your first round or even maybe a second round on those same plants, and you're like, well, I still need more. I want more. You can succession plant and grow more of whatever it is that you need. So I encourage you to use succession planting when and where you can. I plan on doing that for my green beans this year. I plan to grow a lot of green beans. Your pole beans, you don't need to succession plant so much with pole beans because you get a lot of them. So you plant as many as you need, or as many as you think you need, and you harvest from there. Tomatoes, I plan to succession plant my tomatoes this year. Not my indeterminate, because the indeterminate ones will continue to put out all season long until the frost kills the plant. But my determinate tomatoes, which I usually don't grow a lot of determinate tomatoes, this year I've made a concerted effort to put those determinate tomatoes into my grow choice, because I have goals of not just preserving my tomatoes so I can have my tomato sauce, so I can make my chilies, but I also want to give some away. And I also plan to grow a lot of paste tomatoes. So paste tomatoes are the ones that are better for making sauces. And truth be told, I've made tomato sauce from whatever tomatoes I've had in my garden, but I want to do a lot of paste tomatoes this year. So half of my tomato selection for this year is actually paste tomatoes. Also, varieties and types, doesn't really matter unless you have a specific use for them, like the paste tomatoes versus the slicing tomatoes. You can use them interchangeably if you choose, or you can decide that I'm going to dedicate only this type of tomato to this type of thing. I'm looking over there at my pepper plants because those are actually my seedlings that I have going now. I've only started a couple of tomatoes, and that was because my hands were getting itchy and I finished my Legos and I was like, I don't have anything to do. So I started some tomato plants, but I only started 6. So, and I'm growing a large amount of tomatoes this year, but I'm going to actually go over the tomatoes that I'm growing this year, and I'm going to go over the peppers that I'm growing this year. So looking at my pepper starts, I wanted to go through the ones that actually made the list of making it to the garden this year. I ordered, I would say, at least 20, 30 new pepper seeds this year. 20, 30 new pepper seeds are not making it into there. Not that I don't have 30 plants that are going into the garden, but what I don't have is all of the new plants that I bought going in. So I have a good amount of new ones, and I have a couple of tried and true ones that I refuse to give up. So let's go through here, and I'm going to go through and show you the seedlings, but I'm going to post a sheet showing a picture of what all of the peppers look like. So I'm going to run through this fairly quickly. So what I am growing is the Aconcagua. This is new. This is a large pepper. I'm supposed to get like 12 inches long, and what I want to use that one for is stuffing. And I want to, stuff them with some different tomato sauce, tomato based things, and freeze them so that it's a quick meal. Pipa's Golden, I have that. That's also new for me. Criolla de Cochina is not new to me, but it is new to me. So I bought this pack about 4 years ago, and I have yet to get one Criolla de Cochina plant to pop up. So this year I actually have one that actually is growing. So I plan to try. It's last year getting a trial on making it to the garden. So new but not new. Jimmy Nardello, I have 2 of those in this tray. They've grown well for me since I started growing peppers. They are very sweet, and I love to use these in my relishes. So these will always be in my garden as long as I can find seeds for them or save seeds for them. Candy cane is a new one for me. This plant is growing really well, and I think this is supposed to have variegated seed leaves. You probably can't see the variation, but they're starting to come through. But yeah, this is a new one for me. Sweet pepper, supposed to be really good. Excuse me. All right. Now I have a red pepper in here. This is a regular blocky red sweet pepper, King of the North. I have 2 of those, also supposed to be blocky, regular blocky red green peppers. And I have the Dos de España, which is supposed to be a Spanish mammoth pepper, and Dos Deslandes, which I don't remember the characteristics, but it's also supposed to be a sweet pepper. So these are growing really well. You can see they're getting, the ones that are smaller are not really indicative of when I planted these. I started most of these because I did put a couple of restarts in here that are not really popping up, but these were all started January 8th, and they're just growing. Also, this split, I'm sorry, there was an empty spot here. This split, this is a new one for me, has not come up yet. I've started twice in this cell, one on January 9th and then another one like 3 weeks later, has not come up yet. I also tried it again in another cell, has not come up, so that might be a dud for me. Okay, in this next tray, I have Emerald Giant, which is blocky green pepper. I have two of them in here. One of them, again, I did not start these at different times. These started at the same time. This one is just slow growing. I don't know why. This yellow monster, one of them is growing fine. This one in the back right here, not looking so good. So I'm giving it a chance to see if it'll come up. And I have two shishito peppers because I tried shishito peppers last year. I hated them. I hated them with a passion, enough to throw away the seeds and give away the plant that I was growing. And then I bought some from the grocery store, tried them again, and I love them now. And I've been buying them ever since from the grocery store. So I bought new seeds, starting shishito peppers. I have two Megatron jalapeno peppers here. Those were very good, very delicious. I shared a lot of these, and I've started another one because, at least I thought I started another one. We'll see. If I haven't, I'm going to go ahead and do that. But I shared these with some teachers at our local school that we support, and they love these Megatrons so much. I also like to can them, basically just by themselves, also with some sweet banana peppers, and love them. I want to do a lot of those this year, so I need at least two more of these Megatron plants. I think last year I had 5. I gave one away, and I've had 4, so I think I'm going to start at least 3 more of those. Black Hungarian, like a jalapeno style pepper. I've had the seeds, but I've not tried them before, so this is the first time planting them. Poblanos, mostly for a friend who likes these. Friarello is new for me. That's a shishito style pepper, supposed to be better than shishito pepper. So if I like shishito pepper so much now, I wanted to go ahead and try these Friarello. And this is a lemon jalapeno pepper, which I wanted to use for different seasonings. So that's another thing that I wanted to do this year, is make my own spice blends. So if anybody has any ideas on spice blends or things that you want to make, that you use to season, like if you dry, I know I want to make some paprika. Haven't gotten to that plant yet, but if you have any ideas of smoked paprika dishes or any other smoked pepper dishes, recipes, let me know. Please share them in the comments. All right. These are some new ones as well. Lesha is supposed to be really sweet. These came up late. They took a long time to grow. The orange Lesha, not so much. It came up really well. But the red ones took a long time to come up, so much so that I started another Lesha somewhere. I must have another tray that I'm missing of pepper, so I'll find that. This Zupska Rana pepper is new for me. These two Bounty hybrid banana peppers. I've grown banana peppers before, but I tried the Bounty hybrid. I wanted to see how those turned out this year. And then a golden pepperdew, which is supposed to be a little spicy pepper that I'm going to grow this year. All right, almost through with the peppers here in this tray. And this is the green stalk seed starting tray. So holds a good amount of starts, and I'm actually enjoying the use of this year. So we have the Lutschauer paprika pepper. That's this one, and I started another one of these. Definitely have another tray missing. Aji Cristal. This is new for me. I'm trying this one along with the aji mango, which I've grown previously, and I want to use those to make hot sauces with. Cayenne, also for hot sauces. I have poblano for a friend of mine, and Sugar Rush Peach. I want to try that also in a hot sauce, and serranos. All right, I think that's everything in this tray. And these are ones that I've started because I felt like I needed it to replace some things, like the Cubanelle. I started a Cubanelle in here twice in this other tray, but neither came up, so I gave it one more chance to come up. It's not coming up, so aji mango is replacing that one. And this one was another Dessa Split that I gave it another chance. It didn't come up. There's now a Sweet Bella in here, sweet pepper, a Sugar Rush Peach, that's a second one to go along with the one I had. Another Lesha because I didn't think the other two were going to come up, so I started again. Now I know it's slow because the other two have come up, so I just have 3 of those. It says Cornish de Toro, but it's a Corno de Toro. And that's another large sweet pepper, horn shape, and then Ancient Sweet, another horn shape, I believe, sweet pepper. And I started 2 seeds because I was not trusting the other seeds that I had, but both of them came up. So of course, that's what happens. I told you I had another tray of peppers. So these are also ones that some of them are the ones I were afraid were not going to come up. Like this Cayenne Long. I have a Cayenne Long in the other tray, but it doesn't look very healthy, you guys. Look at it. It looks quite pitiful. So I decided to start another one as a backup. So these are mostly my backups and replacements. This is another Megatron. And I'm pretty sure I put 2 seeds in here. This is a brown jalapeno, which originally started in this tray. I did not properly water it and it died. So starting again with the brown jalapeno, a loose shower. Like I said, I was going to grow another one of those for paprika, lemon spice, and the Aconcagua, the ones I want to stuff. So I have 36, 40, 46 plants. 36, 40, 46 plants that are in here. It's actually a couple more than that because there are like 2 Ancient Sweets in this pot. And then I'm also checking to see which ones are going to come up. So 46 pepper plants is the count right now. My original goal for pepper plants, 15. How did I go 3 times over? I kept ordering seeds. Hence, Legos to keep my hands busy. So those are all of the pepper plants that made it to the list to make it to the garden this year. So having said that, one of the things you really need to consider is space. Do you have space in your yard or on your patio or in your green stalk or however that you're going to grow? Do you have a place for all of these plants? Yes, my original count was 15. Do I have places that I can put 45 pepper plants? Yes, I have a large yard. I don't have a huge yard, like I don't have acres of land, but I do have enough space that I can make room for these 45 plants. I also try to make sure that the spaces that I plan to put these plants are conducive to growing for that type of plant. So peppers, although they are sun-loving, very much heat-loving plants, they can also get sun scald. So the place that I put them, although they get plenty of sun, they also get a good amount of shade. Or you can make use of shade cloth to help out if you don't have a place like that where you can grow your peppers. So be aware of where you put your plants and the conditions under which they're going to be growing. Because truth be told, if I had planned my garden out a little better when I started gardening, my garden wouldn't be in the position that it's in now. It gets full sun during the summer. It's wonderful. But once the weather starts changing, it's in so much shade. So it helps. It's good in some ways and then not so good. So I wouldn't put it there. I would have put it on the other side of my house. But make do with what we make do with. So I need to grab a paper towel because there's water from the plant tray on the counter desk here. It's bothering me. Sorry about that, little OCD-ish. Okay, so what I also want to go over is my list of tomatoes that made the list this year. Because again, I ordered a lot more tomatoes than I had planned on growing. Some of these are new. I want to say over half of them are new. And yeah, so let's go over them. And what the plans were. So I'm reorganizing my garden this year, and I'm adding a trellis to the middle of my main garden, moving 2 of the beds. But I'm putting that there because I want to grow my cherry tomatoes on a trellis. I did that year before last with the Super Sweet 100. Worked out wonderfully, although the way the trellis was set up, I couldn't walk under it, so it was hard to pick everything. But this year, I'm fixing it so that the trellis, I can walk under it and reach around it to harvest everything I need to harvest. So what I'm growing on that trellis is the Blush Tiger, which is really good. I like that tomato. It's Super Sweet 100 again. Evil Olive. I've grown these once. They weren't bad. They weren't memorable. So I didn't grow them last year, but I'm going to grow them again this year because I have the space on the trellis. And Sun Gold. Don't have a picture of that on here, but Sun Golds are really good. Everybody raves about them. I tried them. The first 2 years I wanted to get them, I couldn't find them. It kept being out of stock at different places. Found them year before last. Loved them, but I only grew one of them. And it was like waiting. Okay, the minute they grew, we would eat them before they even got in the house. So last year I grew, not intentionally, 4 of them. Got sick of them by the end of the season. So this year I'm only growing 2 of these. That is the intent. That's the plan. So those are all of my cherry tomatoes that I'm growing. I may grow one more because I think from the Haas subscription, they have a subscription where you get seeds from them on a monthly basis. And I believe I'm getting another cherry tomato that I wanted to try. It's supposed to be comparable to the Sun Gold, only it's a different hybrid. Okay, so for my determinate paste tomatoes, sugar babies. These are supposed to grow in 45 days. I definitely plan to succession plant these, so I hope these turn out well. This is new for me. Chef's Choice Red. It's a free packet that I got. There's only 5 seeds in here. I only plan on growing one. This is not actually, this is in the wrong pile. How did you get in here? Okay, so we're going to move the Chef's Choice Hybrid over to the indeterminate because this is apparently a beefsteak tomato. Read the packet. Saucy Lady. This is definitely a paste tomato. This is going to go in my determinate bed. This is a 80-day tomato. And Cream Sausage. This is a determinate tomato. It's a new one for me. I don't think I've grown a tomato this color before. Celebrity, which is a 70-day determinate. There's no picture on this one, but this is supposed to be really good. I'm going on other recommendations from other YouTubers. And Roma, which I grew last year. They're okay. They're okay. I decided not to grow any San Marzano this year. But I do have other San Marzano shaped type tomatoes that I'm growing in that place. Okay, so now that I have moved the Chef's Choice, it has to go somewhere else or take the place of another one because I only have 8 slots in each of my tomato cage beds. So Palomino is a large paste tomato that I'm growing this year. Pomodoro is also another large paste tomato that I'm growing. These are all new to me. Pink Fang, Abatista. This is also like all of these are new. Also paste tomato. These are all paste tomatoes. Super Sauce Hybrid from Burpee. Big Mama Hybrid. Korean Long, and Hungarian Heart. So these are the 8 that are growing in the one paste tomato bed. Then, so one of these have got to go. We don't know which one yet, so we'll see. Mountain Magic is new to me. These are my slicers and excuse me, slicers and beefsteak tomatoes. So Mountain Magic, Moscovich, which I tried last year, which is pretty good. Maybe I will swap these out with the Chef's Choice. That's a thought. 4th of July hybrid. I grew these last year. I was surprised. They taste really good. These are 49 days to harvest. And yeah, see, these are 49 days to harvest. So I'm going to definitely keep these in the rotation. Brandywine. I'm growing these again this year. I didn't grow them last year, so I'm just swapping them out. They're very good. Love them. It's just last year I tried something different. This year I'm going back to Brandywine. Margold, which is a yellow tomato that I'm growing this year. Pineapple tomato, very sweet, very delicious. 1 to 2 pound tomatoes, very good. I love them. These are Anis Noir, which are a black pineapple tomato, also very good, very sweet. And Dr. Weish's yellow tomato. All right, so the determination has been made that Chef's Choice Red Hybrid is what's been grown this year, and Moscovich is going to be put away until next year. So that's my 8 for that bed. And then the other surprise tomato for me, because I joined a tomato challenge, and so I wanted to get a large tomato, so I found a big Zack. So this one I'm going to grow in a special place somewhere in my garden where it gets optimal sun, optimal conditions, and try and get the biggest tomato that I can get, hopefully, to win this contest. I don't think you win anything but bragging rights, but it's just something fun to do. But those are the tomatoes that I have chosen for this year. Those are the peppers that I have chosen for this year. I want to thank you all for joining me on my journey as I continue to garden in my yard. I plan to try and show a lot of my seasoning as I make those this year, and also some of my canning videos as I can more relish, more peppers, and try to make some pickles this year. I've made pickles before. I made the bread and butter pickles, which I like a lot. Haven't succeeded on dill pickles yet. I think it was a type of pickles. Also didn't try them last year, but I'm going to try it again this year. But I'm going to be canning a lot of things. Also, as I do some meal preps, so I'll be able to have quick serve meals for when I, want to get things done really quickly after I come home from work. But thank you all again for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the content today. Please feel free to leave your comments, leave your anything that you have to say about how you determine which plants you're going to grow and how many plants you're going to grow, or if you think that anything that I said was a little off, let me know. Give me your suggestions, give me your comments. I ask you to like, subscribe, and share with other like-minded individuals. Join me again soon. Bye.